Steve Colescott here doing another segment of Video Inquisitions with Eric Maroscher this time. Eric, you've built up a fantastic power team out of Monster Garage Gym. How exactly did the Maroscher power team develop? When did you kick it off? And tell us a little about some of the lifters you've got on there.
I didn't specifically go about developing a powerlifting team. That really more just so, it just occurred naturally. I was training with Ernie Franz and his team in the 90s. So on the weekend, I would travel to Ernie's place in Aurora, and then during the week I'd train at my gym, and it was mostly a bodybuilding gym. So I'm doing my powerlifting movements, and people I think just became interested, and we started the original team with 4 guys, and we trained together and kind of traveled and competed together, and then that grew from there. There's been four actual Maroscher powerlifting teams over the years as you move to different gyms and locations. But the first one was in 1993, and now this team, here we are in 2013, and this team trains at the Monster Garage Gym, and those two work, the gym and the team work symbiotically together to bring the best out of the lifters. But probably 30 total power lifters at the gym, and on the team, there's probably 15 to 20 guys and girls that compete, and they really run the whole spectrum of lifters. You've got raw lifters, single ply, multiply. Gosh, we're in every federation there is pretty much, from 100% raw, USAPL, APF. There's newer lifters, there's multi-time world champions, there's 1,000-pound squatters and 400-pound squatters. So it's a pretty eclectic group, but it's a very like-minded group, and it really operates, to be quite honest, without sounding cheesy, it really operates like a family pretty much, and that gives a lot of power to the group itself. But that's where the Maroscher powerlifting team is right now in 2013.
And for somebody that wants to start up a powerlifting team, what are some of the basics required to really create a successful powerlifting team?
Well, I think if you're going to go out of your way to have a powerlifting team, you really need to know the sport of powerlifting. You need to have a good history of the sport. You really need to know the lifts well. You need to have a pretty in-depth background of training methodology. I trained with Ernie for a number of years, so I got to kind of see up front, how he would run his team, and it wasn't so much running the team as kind of leading by example. So I think the tangibles are the knowledge of the powerlifting and the training, et cetera, but the less tangible is you really got to have a vision. Where do you want that team to go? You've really got to have a good plan, and then you've got to have you got to carry out the mission. So you've got your kind of management parts of having your own team, and then the leadership parts. But part of that whole process is really believing in each team member. Like each person that comes to the gym and ends up being a part of the team, at some point or another I meet with them and give them kind of the history of the whole team and the gym and how everything kind of came together. But you really have to believe in your lifters as well. And once you start believing in them, they believe in themselves. But then they'll believe in each other too. Like there's not a person at the Monster Garage Gym that doesn't want the next lifter to be the best that they could be. And in turn, because each person is getting stronger because of the power of the team, they're getting stronger. So it's this symbiosis that's happening. And I think that's part of, if you're going to have a team, you really need to bring that to the table. So you kind of have to get to know people, but you have to really believe in people as well. I mean, that's a big part of the whole thing too. But those are the basics to it. Knowledge of the sport, knowledge of training, but you have to know where you're going to go, why you want to go there. That's just as important as you're not just about winning titles, but then also really believing in each and every one of the lifters. It's pretty important, I think.